Hi, I'm Phil Constantine, and on this Travels with Phil, we're going to the North Carolina State Capitol in Raleigh-Durham. I was surprised that you could park across the street here from the Capitol building, and I do happen to like state capitals, and national capitals as well. The outside building, not quite as impressive as far as just sheer beauty is concerned as some other Capitol buildings, but it's nice enough. They have lots of monuments outside. World War II monument here, which I thought was very nice, and a George Washington statue where he's dressed like a Roman or a Greek toga. That was a little unusual, but they're very interested in George Washington. They have a lot of activity in North Carolina around the American Revolution, so you see all kinds of plaques for people who fought there, who fought in the Revolution. They had 3 people who signed the Constitution, 3 people who signed the Declaration of Independence, so they were very well represented in the Congressional Congress. It says here, folks in Cape Fear resisted the Stamp Act. This is a plaque for the people who were governors during that time period. Virginia Dare is the first child born in the United States to English-speaking parents, so that makes her a little bit unusual. The rotunda, which I like, is a little plain as far as rotundas go, but it's still sort of nice. And not sort of, it is nice. All right, we move over to the old Senate building, which is up on the second floor. The Senate and the House of Commons are on the second floor. And it is nicely done. It's very nice carpeting there with all the stars. You see the hat over there and the coat? Well, those are to represent what things used to be like in the old days, including the spittoon. Oh, goodness, the times of spittoons. People chew tobacco and need to spit it somewhere, so that's why they provided spittoons everywhere. I'm glad that habit's pretty much gone. All right, over in the House of Commons, you might call it the State Assembly or the House of Representatives in other states. Also nicely done. Most of these are kept completely open. I'm not sure if they use them on any particular purposes, but when I was there, they were just open for viewing purposes. And so this is nice as well. Now, the building has burned down a couple of times, so I think this is the third version. Up on the third floor, they have the library and the geology building. Now, the library started with about 2,000 books. That was only for the members of the elected members, and eventually got up to about 40,000 before they figured they need their old building. So they went back and reverted it so it looked like it did back in the 1850s, and it's real nice looking. And then the other big office on the third floor is the geologist building. And this had all kinds of samples of geology and things that were going on in North Carolina. When the Union came in 1865, they said the troops came through and just sort of rifled through the offices and took the best-looking rocks, so they had to replace them. And as similar as it was over in the library, they reverted this to how it looked around the 1850s, and it's got a pretty cool exhibit there and lots of nice rocks. So North Carolina, state capital, it's got lots of marble, some interesting hallways, lots of pretty interesting plaques. If you're interested in history, may not know these things about North Carolina. I appreciate your watching. You can leave comments down below as long as the language is family friendly. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, that's real simple. You just push that round button over on the right with that little tiny picture of me, and that will get you updates on whenever I have something new posted. Thank you again very much for watching this video.